It's been coined as one of Leamington's biggest fixtures of the season so far, and there's a real buzz around the ground as the Breaks welcome Hartlepool United to the Phillips 66 in the first round of the Build Base FA Trophy. Being a league below their opponents, the home side come into this one as the underdogs, but we'll be hoping that the magic of the FA Trophy will be in their favour this afternoon. For Paul Holleran, it's the same 11 that conceded a last-minute equaliser to Chorley last week, as he seeks to go 8 matches unbeaten. Jack Lane retains his place in the back four, while Colby Bishop starts up top, seeking his 10th goal in 10 games in all competitions. Anthony Dwyer, whose last gasp winner against Witton Albion, which sent the Breaks into the first round of the competition, is on the bench. Hartlepool United come into this one with just 2 wins in the last 10 league games, but following his appointment in midweek, this is manager Richard Money's first game in charge of what he hopes will be a new era at Hartlepool United Football Club. Well, Leamington have taken 8 points from a possible 18 against the top 6 in the National League North, so aren't afraid of going toe-to-toe with the big sides, and I expect nothing less here this afternoon. Good ball towards Muir, it holds up well, cuts inside onto his right foot, over towards Hitchin now. Here's McLaughlin, Hawks, onto his left foot, tries the effort, it's deflected. Morgana's under this, but Breeden out of his goal swiftly and does very well there. Tony Breeden just nicked it off the toe of Marcus Dinanga before he could turn. Hooks up towards Jack Edwards, he wins the flick. He's well aware there, the Hartlepool back line. Edwards again looking for the spectacular. And it's all the way over Scott Loach's goal. Just probing here, Hartlepool United, just trying to find an opening in this Breaks back line. It's a good run by Dangler. It's good battling back there by Leamington, but Junior English can only concede the corner first of the game. First danger of the game for the Breaks back line, and it comes floated towards the centre. Breeden came, still it's just off the crossbar. There's Dinanga under it. It's blocked behind free. Another Hartlepool corner. Well, Tony Breeden came. James Mace won the header. It bounced off his own crossbar and was dealt with by Leamington, the shot by Daninga. So Leamington survive another Hartlepool attack. 10 minutes gone, still Leamington 0, Hartlepool United 0. That's a little siege there by Hartlepool being the closest they've come to a goal. A wayward header deflecting off the crossbar. It's a good header by Rogers. There's Flanagan. McLaughlin picks up in the centre circle and finds Daninga. Done well to get past Junior English. Daninga needs an option here. He'll go wide to McLaughlin, onto his left foot. Here's Kitchen then. Tries to skip away from Kieran Dunbar, goes over. Here's McLaughlin away. Good move by Hartlepool down the left hand side. And there's Dinanga. Good save by Tony Breeden at the near post. It was Dinanga with the effort there. It was a free-flowing move down the left-hand side by Hartlepool. Marcus Dinanga with the best effort of the game so far in 11 minutes. Tony Breeden had to react quickly down to his right-hand side to keep that one out. Long kick up towards Edwards, gone over his head, it's come away to Bishop, could be in here. He was well shepherded there by Harvey Rogers, had to be aware there, the centre back, as the wind just caught that drop kick by Tony Breeden. It looked as if Colby Bishop might have latched onto it, but Harvey Rogers with a great bit of defending there, just getting his body between Bishop and the ball. Here's Donaldson now. Featherstone once again in the centre circle, just over the halfway line. Here's Daninga with the long efforts. But took a few nicks on his way through, but it's well watched by Tony Breeden, straight down his throats by the Hartlepool striker Marcus Deninga. Flanagan does well to win back possession. Here's Colby Bishop. Connor Taylor's gone past him on the left-hand side. Here is the winger. Can he get the ball across? There is the cross. And Hartlepool able to easily come away with it. Here's Hawks, turns away from Gittins. The breaks man does well to get back in, but Hartlepool retain possession. Here's Muir now on the left-hand side. He's floating inside and finds Donaldson. Here's McLaughlin. Kitching now. He's faced by Kieran Dunbar inside. Here's Featherstone, shapes to shoot. Neat ball in towards Josh Hawks. And there's a strike from McLaughlin. Here's Rogers. Featherstone turns and finds Dinanga. Featherstone once again sees the run of Hawks. Richardson. Ball inside to McLaughlin. It's a good ball. Here's Muir back to McLaughlin. It's a good save by Tony Breeden with his feet. There's Dinanga. Whiskers away from Tony Breeden's left-hand post. Breeden kicking towards the wind, does well to get distance on that. Sent towards Dunbar. Picks it up, turns away from Kitching. Edwards gets the ball across, long ball to the back post. Taylor will latch onto it. It's got Connor Goodger down the line. Chooses to run towards the touchline and wins the throw-in. Flanagan back to Goodger. Whips the ball in. It's come through to Colby Bishop. I think his shot was blocked there. It just took a deflection, just trickled away from goal. Took it down well, but the Hartlepool back line got in front of him. Here's Dunbar, English once again. Callum Gittins will whip the ball to the back post. Colby Bishop's waiting. His header was off target, it was foul nonetheless. Colby Bishop just being a bit too eager there to win the header. Is Callum Gittins, faced by McLaughlin. Just can't find a way through Junior English. It's Donaldson down the centre. Can he pick a pass? He's past Jack Lane. Donaldson all the way! And it's a brilliant solo goal there from Ryan Donaldson. Just picked the ball up in his own half and he had one thing in his mind. Just drove at the Leamington defence, kept going, skipped past about 2 or 3 challenges, just kept on going, assessed his options, took it onto his right foot on the right hand side of the penalty area and finished low past Tony Breeden. A fantastic solo effort there by Ryan Donaldson. And it's the National League side that take the lead 20 minutes into the second half. And he just kept on going there. Ryan Donaldson just couldn't be stopped. And it was a clean and composed finish past the advancing Tony Breeden. Leamington 0, Hartlepool United 1. And Leamington have it all to do if they want to force this game to added time and progress into the second round of the FA Trophy. Gittins down the right hand side. Here's English, sets himself and looks inside to Reece Flanagan. Onto his right foot, Edwards, Dunbar. There's Callum Gittins. Goodger will pick this up. It's a loose touch by Goodger. It comes up to Flanagan. He hits one, it's deflected. Here's Connor Goodger, floats one back. Dunbar is onside here. Dunbar blazes it over the bar. Had so much time to set himself there, Kieran Dunbar. The flag stayed down on that far side for the Leamington winger. It fell down nicely for him, but he just lashed at it in the end. and it blazed over the crossbar. What a chance for Leamington to get themselves back in the game just 5 minutes after Ryan Donaldson's opener, but it remains Leamington 0, Hartlepool United 1. Kitching with the ball up towards Muir. Now they force the attack. Muir just getting away, and Denanga just couldn't get on the end of it. Just couldn't get on the end of it, Denanga. Here's Edwards, space in the middle, finds Kieran Dunbar. Under pressure from Kitching. Here's Goodger now. Back to Dunbar, down the left-hand side. He's found a ball here. There's Taylor then. Back to goal. Still Taylor wriggling through. But it was a Hartlepool leg stuck out there. Here's Deninga leading the counter-attack. Through to James. He's got Muir inside of him if he can find him. Still James attacking the right-hand side of the penalty area. Gets the ball across. Straight across the face of goal. James Mace. Gets the ball across. It's well dealt with by Rogers. Gets the ball across to the back post. Bishop was waiting. It was a good header there. It was Kitching there for Hartlepool. Bishop was waiting at the back post to head home. And Dunbar deflected, and it's behind for a Leamington corner. In it comes from Bowen then. It's more high than long, but it finds a yellow shirt. Gittins misses his touch, allows O'Neill to break forward. Jack Lane does enough and clips back to his goalkeeper Breeden. It's a fizz clearance. And Hartlepool might be in here. It's Muir down left-hand side. Yellow shirts coming back. It's Muir. And he sliced his shot way wide. Had so much time there, did Nico Muir. And he had O'Neill arriving in the middle. It was a 3-on-2 situation for Hartlepool. And it's Ryan Donaldson's goal that wins the tie for Hartlepool United. It's finished here, Leamington 0, Hartlepool United 1.
Obviously, Paul, you must be a bit disappointed with that.
Well, yeah, listen, it was... I think, listen, we had to work really hard first half. Hartlepool had a lot of the ball, moved us around a lot. But I was delighted the way we... our defensive shape, got some good blocks in. First half game of not many chances, but certainly they moved us around well. And we had to, like I say, work really hard to stay in it, and we did. And then, I suppose the most disappointing thing, probably the 45 to 65, that period, just after half-time, we were playing in better areas. I thought we were a bit braver. And we started to ask questions of them, which was great. We were on the front foot. I was really pleased with that. And then, obviously, you'll see when you get the footage back, I think sometimes the momentum of the game, because we sort of got in some good areas and we're having a bit of the ball in Hartlepool's half, we had a throw in deep into their half, and listen, it's a great goal from their boys' perspective, but from our perspective, from our throw-in, one ball took about 5 of our players. We're not too high a line. I think the momentum of maybe the 2 midfield players looking to drive the advantage home, but that's when they're most dangerous, when you come onto them and good players will exploit you. And that, it was a good goal, but from our point of view, we've committed too many people forward from a throw-in, and then maybe a centre half's got to deal with it better. Difficult afternoon for both teams. Game of little chances, and you're just hoping something drops through at the end. We try to put some pace on and get James Bowen to give some legs on the left-hand side. It nearly worked, but listen, again, we've gone toe-to-toe with a good side. There wasn't much in the game. I think we both had a few chances each. Could have gone either way. So I don't think you'd be too disappointed with that. I think the quality of the game is difficult for both players. I think everyone, from the people who have been up here early this morning trying to get the game on, for the Hartlepool people who have come 5 hours to come and watch it, and the people, the Leamington fans who have come out, I thought it was played in a good spirit. It was a decent game. And listen, we wish them all the best in the next round. And we obviously went Richard from this part. We hope Richard does well for them.
Like you said, apart from the one goal, Hartlepool seemed to struggle to break Leamington down at times, which was great for the defending.
Yeah, like I say, especially first half, real good shape about us. Could have been better on the counter, but then second half I was better. I thought we got up the pitch a bit. We were a bit braver second half, and that's probably the frustrating thing. At that point, you're probably thinking, "Oh, could we just find that little bit of quality, or just get that knockdown for us to maybe get the goal?" But sadly, while we were in the ascendancy, it's a great counter-attacking goal from their point of view. There's no ifs and buts about that. It's a super goal. But from a defensive point of view, after being so good defensively, when we look back at that, we'll be disappointed with that goal.
And then obviously the tough fixtures don't stop there. We've now got to go and play at FC of United next week.
Yeah, listen, obviously today was nice. It would have been great if the weather was better for everybody. We know that FC next Saturday, and the Telford and Brackley fixtures, it's a great Christmas for us. Tough Christmas, so it's just a bit of recovery now, and hopefully the sun comes out.